We are done. We are done. Woo! 21 days.
So we're a little bit darker because we finished a few days ago. So we got a chance to go back into the sun because we weren't allowed to be in the sun during the whole time. So we're a little bit darker, a whole lot lighter. I lost around 15, 16 pounds, around 8 kilos, something like that. So, woo!
Yeah, I think I only lost like about 8 pounds, which was fine. I'm basically back to normal. I shed off the weight that I picked up in the last year. So that's good news for me.
So we had a consultation with Dr. Sujata, the brilliant doctor on staff at Amrita City, where we did our Panchakarma, and each one of us got a little bit of an education on what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, and as it so happens, even though we're done with the Panchakarma, the cleanse kind of continues. So we have to incorporate some things into our lifestyle to maintain it. Otherwise, all of this was for naught. And we want to continue the process of kind of bringing Ayurveda into our lives more, because it really was a profound learning experience, and we got some amazing perspectives on our health, our type, what we should be eating, why we came here with some of the excess baggage that we came here with, and some of the other stuff, like I had eczema, no more eczema, had 15 pounds. It's a lot of weight, 15 pounds.
In 3 weeks, that is a lot of weight.
Yeah, so I learned why, and part of that is because I've been eating, I had a kapha imbalance, and having a kapha imbalance, I was eating a lot of kapha foods, and what that means is, and what that translates into, is me gaining a lot of weight, having more mucus, and different conditions can arise from that I was carrying around. So now that I understand that, beyond that, also going to bed earlier and waking up early was something that in the 21 days.
6 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
Before sometimes even, we wake up and it's still dark outside. We're like, what's going on? This is such a different lifestyle that, it's not really that normal for us. Usually we go to bed at, 11 midnight. And now we're 9:30, we're like, okay, I'm ready.
So that alone plays a really big part in maintaining health, because sleep, as we try to hammer home, is one of the most important things, and sleeping the right hours throughout the night is important, but also going to sleep at the right time is as vital. And for me, it's been a really hard road to getting that done, and I was forced to. So in 3 weeks, it takes 3 weeks to create a habit. So
I think we got it.
I think I finally cracked that code. So had to go to the Panchakarma to do it, but I'm glad I did. Also, we have to eat at certain times. Right?
Basically, yeah. So, going through the whole process, we learn a ton throughout it, right? But we also, I think last 2 or 3 days of the whole 21-day process, my whole thing was like, oh my God, I'm still feeling tired. I'm still sleeping 9 hours a day, which is not normal for me, wasn't normal for me for 31 years of my life. Like, what is going on still? So as Larry said, body is still working. So even after you do the 21 days, it takes about another 2 or 3 weeks for basically all the processes to be completed within your body, right? So that was not expected. I thought, in 21 days I'm going to be all running around with crazy amount of energy, but that was not the case. But it is normal. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. If you do go through that, just have that in the back of your mind. You're not going to be, run out all brand new.
Maybe. It really depends on how you get to the center, and how you what condition you're in when you enter your Panchakarma. So if you regularly cleanse and you eat really clean, then you're going to have a really smooth ride. If you don't, then it's going to be a bumpy one.
And usually it's a very small percentage of people. But I would say about 70% of people, though, at the end of it, they still had a little bit of tiredness, which is, again, it's normal for most folks. So when it comes to food, though, which is kind of very interesting. So we mentioned before that, we spent together for 8 years, and we were always eating the same stuff at the same time. Same habits, and sometimes I'll be all bitching in the morning that I'm hungry, and Larry's like, we're intermittent fasting, you're not gonna eat till noon, right? So then I'm turning to all cranky and I'm not, as productive.
I force my agenda.
So now we know why. Okay, my tendency, Larry's tendency is kapha. It's very easy for him to have too much kapha in his body, which creates lethargic, gain health, kind of basically you just gain a little bit more weight. You get more tired easily. For me, for my tendency is having too much vata, which I'm like running around doing 100 things, but I can't really like sit down and focus. And for kapha people, actually, it's good to do intermittent fasting, but having a little bit of fruit maybe in the morning. No cereals, no eggs. Actually, we should be eating very little bit of eggs.
And also exercise. Like exercise is a very critical part to my type. So if I don't get exercise, then things really get out of balance. And in the last
stagnant,
and before we got to Bali, which is before we got here, there wasn't a lot in the way of working out. I mean, the only real workouts that I had was kind of this. It's just work, food. So, I mean, no surprise that I gained, what I gained between us leaving San Diego and making our way here.
But what I wanted to mention is, for me, because it's easier for me to get into vata, I actually need to eat food in the morning. I actually need to eat throughout the day, maybe even have, 5 different, 5 meals a day, but very small portions, obviously. When for Larry, he can eat just two times a day. If more than that, it will be kind of creating that imbalance again. Not only that, also the way we eat. For me, I will have to focus more on raw foods and salads during lunchtime and having cooked veggies at night. For Larry, his lunch, supposed to be the biggest meal of his day, was actually a lot more like if he wants to have grains or sweets or bread or whatever, that's allowed during lunch. For dinner, it should be very light
very
dinner,
light.
salad, right? So it's now actually like we gain such a different perspective, even though, we do have the same lifestyle, we do like a lot of stuff, it's exactly the same, but we do need to take into consideration our minor differences and also paying attention to how our body's feeling, because it's actually been quite amazing. It takes about not even a minute sometimes after you have certain food, and me and Larry will notice a change in our body, and it's never the same, or rarely. We had garlic for the first time like a few days ago, and both of us like, oh no, body didn't like it. But
and for
most
me,
of the time,
fats aren't good, and I was under the assumption that fats were good because
well, they are, just not everyone.
Exactly, and that's kind of the point that I was trying to drive home just now, is that it's not about what's right, it's about what's right for you, right? So what's right for you or what's right for me may not be right for someone else, and that's the key here, and that's the big takeaway, and that's we're all individual and we have an individual makeup, and that individual makeup has to fit into a specific box for yourself, and that box contains a certain lifestyle, it contains a certain diet regimen, sleeping habits, etc. So be very, very cautious of following anyone else's advice.
Really, listen to your body.
Yeah,
listen to what feels right.
you really have to be your own guru. After going through this Ayurvedic experience of Panchakarma, I didn't know what to expect. I came in here open-minded, and I'm leaving with a really widened perspective about myself and the way the way I operate. Because before I was kind of like this whole thing is kind of like stumbling around in the dark.
You were doing bro science. He was very good at bro science.
Bro
One
science?
bro told the other bro to do this. Bro, it's good, bro. And then you were doing that very well.
Yeah.
But it's not, not as smart as choice, let's say. So also, we, after the whole cleanse, even though it did end, there was still like herbal formulas for most people that you kind of want to continue to take, depending on your consultation and the results and kind of what your goals are set for the next, months, 2 months. Because if you want, you can always go back to doing what you're doing. You're just gonna have to come back 6 months later for another Panchakarma. So we do plan to come back to Bali probably in about a year or so. And now all we have to do is 12 days. So.
And we were talking to the doc, and it's kind of crazy. Most of the people that come there really are not there for proactive treatment. They're there to battle an ailment, and they have to be there. We decided to go because we care about our health, and it's something that is important, and I think a lot of people take it for granted. They wait, and then something happens, and then you're forced to go into the situation, and at that point, it's an uphill battle. So be proactive with your health, and for those of you that are carrying excess weight, one really cool tip is to eat most of your calories at lunch. If you're carrying excess weight, most likely you are kapha. There's a kapha imbalance. You might not be a kapha. You might be
Just have
like
too much
myself,
kapha.
pitta with a kapha, pitta kapha with a kapha imbalance. But if you have a lot of weight, that means that you have a lot of
Well,
kapha.
it's easy for you to gain weight and harder to take it off. Like for me, it's easier to gain weight, but I can also easily take it off, right? So for kapha people, it's easier for them to gain weight, like very easy, and they have to try really hard to take it down.
Not
So-
extra. If you're just kapha, yes.
Yeah.
If you're like me, if you're like pitta kapha,
Yeah, 'cause you still have that fire.
I gain weight. My digestive fire is burning. I gain weight easy. I can take it off easy. It's not an issue. But here's the tip. So eat your calories at lunch, and then eat exactly the amount of calories that you're eating now, the same amount of food, but move it.
60%
Yeah,
of it
move
during
it.
lunch?
Move it. I would say even 70% during lunch, and
Or
then
if you're
have
doing breakfast,
and then-
lunch, and dinner,
yeah.
whatever, doing like 25 and 25 and then 50 during lunch. I mean, whatever. You got to figure out what's the ratio that works for you. But yes, that is, I think that's probably one of
It's huge.
the
It's-
biggest,
and
and you will notice changes right away
It's
as
easy,
well.
and I continue to lose weight. I'm being more active now that I'm here. More yoga. It's so easy to be healthy in Bali. So more yoga, more running around, and we've been
And
exploring.
ton of healthy food. And then another tip, it's literally absolute heaven on earth. It's actually really hard for you if you want to try to be unhealthy here. There's just way too many options of fantastic foods.
Specifically Ubud.
Yeah, Ubud, yeah.
It's an amazing place. What else? So
We will be doing an interview with Dr. Sujata so we can go over more in depth, what we were talking about and gain her perspective, and just kind of not perspective, but she will share a little bit more knowledge about Ayurveda and Panchakarma, how the whole center started, and kind of tell you also what services they are offering and share all sorts of good things.
we're gonna probe her for a lot of answers.
Yep.
So hopefully that she'll deliver and help educate you and help you understand a little bit deeper what Ayurveda is and what Panchakarma is, more so than we have already. So hopefully we did our job in persuading you to at least take a look into Ayurveda, and hopefully you might even consider doing a Panchakarma, which don't wait until you're sick to do it. So
Exactly. Look into it. There's no better place for a vacation than Bali, trust me. And if you can get on vacation, and most people go on vacation, they drink, they party, whatever, they eat kind of whatever food.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic place to relax your mind, cleanse your body, kind of just get in the zone, do more yoga, just
incredible
basically
massages
giving
here,
your
too.
body and your mind a break, but while it's still working as well and cleaning itself
It's a
out.
beautiful, beautiful reset, and we have a couple more weeks left here, so we're gonna go explore, and we can finally eat some food other than khichdi and other stuff. So really excited about that. So
Off we go.
yes,
Stay tuned for the interview, and feel free to comment, like, share this video, please. Feel free to ask us any questions about the whole process. We are more than happy to share.
sharing is caring.
That's right.
Big love, people.